Welcome to Valor and Virtue. I'm Jim Danielson. With us today is Master Sergeant Francis Hayden, United States Marine Corps retired. Master Sergeant Hayden works with us here at the Carolina Museum of the Marine Allied Civic Institute on exhibits with our Chief Warrant Officer 5, Lisa Potts. Welcome.
Thank you.
Would you please tell us a little bit about yourself and what led you to become a Marine?
I grew up as a tomboy with two older brothers, and I always felt it was my duty. Every time I'd go to the county fair, they'd have those little booths there with the recruiters, and I was drawn to either the Air Force or the Marine Corps because they had the best uniforms for the women. And it just so happened that a Marine recruiter got to me first, and that's why I joined the Marine Corps.
Did you go to Parris Island?
That's the only place women go.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, sir.
What was it
when
like?
I was in.
Okay, what was it like?
What was Parris Island like?
I mean, yeah, I went to Parris Island, but it's a different experience for...
It was November, so it was a little cold, a little hot. One day we had everything on in the morning because it was so cold out, and by afternoon we had everything off we could take off. It was so hot. So temperature was fun. Boot camp was boot camp. It was a lot of classes, a lot of exercise, a lot of chores, shall we say?
I thought drill instructors were funny. Did you?
No, especially not when they yelled at me. No, I just thought they were doing their job, and in my platoon, we did not have the harassment that I've heard that a lot of the men go through. Our drill instructors, they never sweared at us. They didn't play the mind games so much. It was just do your thing, get it done right, and get it done fast.
What was your work in the Marine Corps?
Administration.
Administration. And how long was that?
How long?
How long were you in there?
I was in for 20 years.
Where do you, when you become an administrator, do you call it A school or?
Admin school. And it was there when I was in, it was there at Parris Island. So I got my 10 days leave, went home, came back, and went to school at Parris Island.
That's interesting. Did you go any overseas?
I was at Okinawa.
Were you?
Yes, sir.
Never made it to Iwakuni?
Pardon me?
You never made it to Iwakuni?
No, did not make it to Iwakuni, but I was at Okinawa for a year.
How'd you like that?
I loved it.
Really?
Yes, sir.
The sense I get, of Okinawa is that it's kind of like a rocky, barren place. Is that wrong?
It's a small island. I wouldn't want to be there more than a year because there's just not that many places to go. But the people are wonderful. They were friendly. If you get into doing things besides your work, it's a really great place. I mean, we did karate, and we went to the USO, and we just stayed in, and my husband had a motorcycle, and we would go up and down, went to Naha, went up the other direction. It was really fun.
Now, how would you describe, one of the things we're concerned about, here at both the Carolina Museum, the Marine and Allied Civic Institute, is the development of good people as good citizens. Now, we understand that the Marine Corps can help people out with that.
Oh, yes, sir.
How would you describe your development as a person by being a Marine?
I gained a lot more confidence. I was never a very confident person, but the Marine Corps gave me that. It gave me leadership ability. When I came in, I had no leadership ability, but I retired as a master sergeant. You can't do that without having some leadership skills. It just helped me develop me all around. Now,
this is the last question. It's one that we kind of like to press on a bit with Marines especially. What would you say the Marine Corps has to offer our society at large in terms of recovering from its obvious ills?
You can't be a Marine without having love of country, in my opinion. I'm sure there's some that don't, but the Marine Corps is love of country. It's the epitome of that. I mean, and if people, a little attitude, perhaps, that some Marines have, most Marines have, almost all Marines have, a little arrogance there, but we do have a love for this country and a pride in this country. And people who look to the Marine Corps can't help but see that. And hopefully it would rub off on them.
Yeah. Yes, excellent. Well, Master Sergeant Frances Hayden, thank you very much.
You're welcome.